Due to the graphic nature of this program, viewer discretion is advised. Ready for something outrageous? A foolish tourist baits a big one with their own hands. A squad of gymnasts show their spirit with a team huddle. A karate student gets off on the wrong foot. And a shocking tale of life on the sea. If it's off the wall and it's on tape, then it's all here. It's totally outrageous behavior.
Hey everybody, I'm Lisa Dergan and welcome to Totally Outrageous Behavior. You know, you could travel all over the world looking for the most outrageous videos, or you could just watch this show. In fact, why don't you start right now? Lynn Getz and her family are in the Florida Keys feeding tarpon.
I just looked out into its open mouth.
A tarpon is a very large sporting fish.
Ah, I see teeth.
Ranging anywhere from 50 pounds to 150 pounds. It was my brother-in-law's suggestion that if I leaned over the dock, they would actually come out of the water and take the fish out of my hand.
Just lean all the way down with that long arm and don't move. There's no teeth. Come on, Lynn, stretch that fish down there. Come on, these are like goldfish.
Still, Lynn has her doubts.
I was aware that you were not supposed to lean into the water and do this.
But the gentle encouragement of her brother-in-law
Come on, chicken liver.
finally convinces her.
Don't move.
Felt like someone took 2 big blocks of sandpaper and just smashed them on my arm and slid them down with about 100 pounds of weight on them.
But maybe these fish were out for revenge.
I love to eat fish. We fish for sharks, we fish for barracuda, and that's exciting.
So Lynn has learned her lesson.
I would do it again. I would definitely do it again.
Or maybe not.
Come here, fishy, fishy, fishy.
I would do it again, and I would probably try to lean further in, see if I could get him to my shoulder next time.
Don't move.
Here's a guy who should not have ditched gym class. At a gymnastics exhibition, these agile athletes show off their precision timing on the vault. The crowd watches in awe as they pick up the pace, leaping through the air with grace and ease. Until now. Well, so much for grace. One clumsy performer stumbles on the ramp, knocks over the vault, causing a 4-man pileup. If this guy thinks he's a good gymnast, he must be tripping. Here's a celebration that proves that bachelor parties aren't the only ones with hot entertainment. This party clown's magic trick is going up in smoke. A flaming cauldron at a kid's party? What a great idea! Even worse, the foolish clown tries to put out the flames with her jacket. And now her act really heats up. And little Timmy couldn't be more delighted. This is the greatest birthday ever! An alert parent yanks Timmy away from the inferno. Must be time to open presents. Hope he gets one of those super squirt guns. At last, an adult knocks down the flaming pot with a tablecloth. And now comes the most exciting part of the party. Hey, Timmy, it's time to blow out the clown. Here's a gardener who really went out on a limb. This guy just loves summertime yard work, although sometimes it can be a pain. Hey, maybe while he's down there, he can do some weeding. This do-it-yourself gardener should call a professional, and hopefully he won't wait until next fall. Who knew gardening could be so hazardous to your health?
Don't you dare get up from that couch. There's a lot more totally outrageous behavior coming your way.
Coming up, an overzealous fire chief makes the season bright. Plus, a behind-the-scenes look at winemaking. And later, a wannabe stuntman misses the boat. When totally outrageous behavior continues.
Welcome back to Totally Outrageous Behavior. If you think American TV is out of control, you should take a look at what's happening around the world. It's time to do some international channel surfing, and you don't even need a remote.
In Tokyo, a hidden camera show has a surprise for this unsuspecting businessman. As a crowd of people round the corner screaming, "Tidal wave!" What can he do but join in? After this performance, he may get cast in the next Godzilla movie. This is the British game show Prickly Heat, in which two teams compete to make grape juice.
The picker goes up here, grabs as many grapes as he can, takes them back to one of his teammates, puts them inside their shorts, then in turn run up to the chair, and they sit on the chair with the grapes in their pants, and they go like that.
Whichever team squishes the most juice wins. And the losing team has to drink it. Ugh, the bitter taste of defeat. For the winners, a round of Prickly Heat is all fun and games. But for the losers, it's no day at the beach.
They forgot one little thing in this safety demonstration, the safety.
A local fire department is preparing for a holiday safety demonstration.
Don't put any open flame near the tree. This is pretty much common sense, but things such as candles and lighters or cigarettes could spark a fire.
To enhance their demonstration, these firefighters come up with a brilliant idea. Soak the tree in gasoline.
What happens is sometimes a pet or a child playing near the tree will come by and bump the candle over.
This demo isn't quite as inflammatory as the fire chief had hoped. Maybe if he pushes the candle in just a little further.
And if it falls into the tree or into the...
Wow, that did the trick.
Sorry about that.
Looks like this fire department made its point. This Christmas, remember, don't soak your tree with gasoline, or there'll be more than chestnuts roasting on the open fire.
This teacher proves that you shouldn't get too close to your students.
These Taekwondo students are taking their black belt test. They've mastered all the standard moves and even invented a brand new one. The teacher takedown. Hopefully, they've also mastered CPR. This student seems to think that some horizontal calisthenics will bring the instructor back to life. And what do you know? He's right. The fallen master is back on his feet and ready to lay down some more schooling. Or is he just ready to lay down? Apparently, he's still feeling faint from that foot to the face. Again, his concerned pupils try to rouse him. But it looks like he's done teaching for the day. This instructor was hoping to give out a black belt. But instead, he got a black eye.
It's never a good idea to lie to the police. So when a cop pulls you over, you've got to tell him the truth. Unless, of course, you can't remember the truth.
Christopher Van Horn of the Clare County Sheriff's Department has stopped a drunk driving suspect.
Can I see your driver's license, registration, proof of insurance?
The driver dutifully tosses his license into the road.
I could smell alcohol, a very heavy odor of alcohol coming from the vehicle. And since he was the only one in there, I figured it had to be coming from him.
Have you been drinking tonight, sir? No, sir. You haven't had anything to drink tonight at all? Not at all. Okay. You're not going to continue to lie to me, but I can smell it.
But the drunk driver does continue to lie.
How much have you had to drink tonight, sir? 3 beers. 3 beers. How much have you had to drink tonight? 6 beers.
I knew it was more than 6, well over double of that.
Let's see how he does on the sobriety test.
Recite the alphabet starting at D and stopping at X. Do you understand? You start at D and stop at X. Yes, sir. Okay, go ahead. E, F, G.
He left out D for drunk.
He failed the sobriety test pretty bad.
But he is courteous enough to let the officer know about his travel plans.
I'm not going to jail, officer. I'm telling you that right now. Well, that's not your decision, okay? S3, get over here. Get out of the car! Get up!
If he wasn't going to jail before, he certainly is now.
He took off on me. Eastbound on wing, eastbound on wing.
Guess those 3, no 6 beers finally caught up with him.
He's in the ditch, he's in the ditch.
When he went into the ditch, he started to fake a heart attack. Probably one of the best acts I've ever seen in order to get out of going to jail.
Dude, you gotta get up, man. You're going to jail.
This tipsy driver must have forgotten that the truth shall set you free.
How much have you had to drink tonight, sir? 3 beers. 3 beers. How much have you had to drink tonight? 6 beers.
Now it's time for you to get a snack. No 3 snacks. No 6 snacks. Oh, eat as many snacks as you want. Just make sure to be right back here for more totally outrageous behavior.
Up next, a young patriot celebrates the 4th in his car. Plus, a blushing bride elopes with a sedan. And later, these sailors are all fired up about their new yacht.
Get off that deck, dude!
When totally outrageous behavior returns.
Welcome back to Totally Outrageous Behavior. What took you so long? Here's a wedding where they didn't just play Here Comes the Bride, they played There Goes the Bride.
Anxious guests gather at the side of the road to watch this wedding party's arrival. Proud Papa hops out first to give his daughter a hand. And here comes the bride. Mom greets her with a kiss, but Dad accidentally closes her veil in the door. Now she's kissing the camera instead of the groom. This father was supposed to give his daughter away. But not to the driver.
There's a time and a place for fireworks, and it's not midnight in a moving car.
It's the 4th of July, and Adam Johnson and his buddy are lighting fireworks from inside his parents' car.
4th of July is my favorite holiday other than Christmas.
Apparently, safety is not an issue for these fun-loving patriots.
Every kid's parents tell him that little Johnny blew his hand off the fireworks.
But when Adam blows off his parents' advice, he nearly blows up their car. Adam accidentally drops the lit Roman candle in the front seat. And what did that feel like?
Toast. Black toast. Not the yummy kind.
He's really gonna be toast when his parents see the inside of their new car. So what will this patriotic young American be doing next 4th of July?
I'd like to tell you I'm not going to do it again, but somehow I can't trust myself.
This next piece was sent to us by totally outrageous viewer Dean Sullivan. Dean is a daredevil who managed to combine flying, boating, and tennis all into one big stunt. Let's see how he pulls it off.
Dean Sullivan's only dream is to be a professional stuntman.
I jump off buildings and bridges, and I love it.
For years, he's been planning a stunt that will finally get him noticed. A jump off Vancouver's Lions Gate Bridge. But he won't be landing in the water. Dean is planning to drop on board a passing cruise ship.
I thought, well, hell, I can land on that cruise ship, not a problem.
Dean has meticulously calculated every last detail of the jump.
I checked out the tide times, the boat layouts, how long it takes a cruise ship from the time it departs to the center of the bridge.
There's just one little thing Dean forgot to check. His rope. It's all knotted up, and now he's really in a bind.
The problem was that the bag jammed with the rope in it, so I had to keep pulling and pulling. It was knotting up inside, and then it finally worked, but I was 2 seconds behind.
He manages to untangle himself, but he's cruising for a bruising.
I'm dropping at probably 60-some mile an hour. The cruise ship's going 30 kilometers an hour. It's a recipe for a disaster if it's not done perfectly.
But it is a perfect hit. Right into the ship's tennis court.
Oh, good net.
Dean slams into the net and flies back out.
He bounced off the net, eh?
Fortunately, Dean is unhurt, but with the boat long gone, he finds himself dangling helplessly above the water.
They could pull him up and wait for the next one.
So what's going through this daredevil's mind?
Oh, I thought for sure that I was going to come back and everybody's going to think I was a village idiot.
Now, why would they think that? Finally, Dean is helped off the rope and handed over to the police, who promptly arrest and charge him.
I'm not allowed to be on any buildings, bridges, or structures with any jumping or climbing equipment.
But this wannabe stuntman may be tempted to break the law the next time his ship comes in.
Oh, good net.
Coming up next, a high-voltage adventure on the high seas on totally outrageous behavior.
Welcome back to Totally Outrageous Behavior. We've saved the most outrageous clip for last. It's the tale of a yachting couple whose 3-hour tour turned into a 5-alarm fire. Take a look.
Joe and Bonnie used to live their life on the sea. But when they took a wrong turn in their yacht, they hit an unexpected snag. These 34,000-volt power lines.
When you're steering, you look ahead of you. You don't think to look up.
Ooh, these people are fried. Call the cops, sweetie.
That might cause most people to jump overboard, but not Joe and Bonnie.
The first thing anybody who lives on a boat thinks about is saving the boat. It's not abandon ship immediately.
Get off that boat, dude! What the hell you doing?
We could hear water rushing into the boat, and it was at that time that we decided the best thing to do was to get off the boat.
Bonnie lowers the dinghy, but stubborn Joe just isn't ready to give up.
He's on it. He's just sitting on it.
I was standing in the dinghy saying, "You need to get in the dinghy now, hon. It's now, because I'm leaving."
Joe wisely chooses his wife over his boat, and the couple paddles to safety.
The boat continued to burn for several hours, till eventually it burned right to the waterline.
Meanwhile, not even the Coast Guard can save the doomed vessel.
That boat is gone.
Joe and Bonnie may have lost their boat, but they've got one amazing story for the grandkids.
We laugh about certain parts of it now. We call it an electrifying experience.
Hopefully, next time these two stubborn sailors hit trouble on the open seas, So remember to
get off that boat, dude.
I don't know about you guys, but I would have been like, forget the boat, I am out of here. Speaking of which, that's all the totally outrageous behavior we could fit into one show, which means we've got tons of stuff left over. So make sure you come back next time. Good night.